Everybody, I decided to do my next video in my van because I finished work and I came here because here, which is the Victory Cwmbran campus, is closer to my work than my home is, and it's just not worth driving all the way home and then driving all the way back here. And I'm here because I have something to attend this evening, namely the meeting for the tent mission, which is going to be happening soon in Cwmbran, which Victory Church is putting together. So I'm here. I'm here before it's going to start by a fairly large quantity of time. So I thought, why not use the time to make my next video? So here we are. Now, I believe I ended the last video saying why I decided to move to Chepstow and was going to then move on to how I came about moving to Chepstow, I think. So, next step. Basically, as soon as I decided that I was going to move over here, I started having a look online to find somewhere to move into. And I started looking for a job, although I wasn't sure what I wanted to do job-wise. And I had a job, obviously, working, as I mentioned previously, which was actually about the same distance to Chepstow as it was to my address at the time. So I decided to continue doing that for the meantime and then see how things went from there. Now, when I first came and started looking for properties, there was this particular flat which I saw first of all. And on the pictures and everything, it looked quite good. And when I went there, it was really it seemed really small. The reason I felt that way was largely because most of the properties I've lived in have been bigger than I've needed. I've always been, granted, I've always been sharing. But, for example, the house I was in before I moved over here was a decent-sized 3-bed house, and there was 2 of us living there. So there was much more space there than I needed to have. So, anyway, I looked at this first flat, and it was quite small, but it did have a garage attached. And I like having a garage because I like to do a bit of woodwork every now and then. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get in to look at the garage because it was always locked when I went to look. And in the end, I went and viewed it 3 times. Because God kept taking me back there. I think during the period that I was looking, I'd looked at every property that was currently available to rent in the whole of Chepstow. And yet I was kept on getting pulled back to this place. And I didn't know why. But basically, as it turned out, I kept going back to it for different reasons, and also the price kept being taken down as well. And by the time I actually said, okay, God, I get the point, and rented that place, it had been reduced by about at least £100 a month. I think I'm fairly sure it started being advertised at, what was it now? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm fairly sure, yeah. So, long story short, with that one, it cost me £400 a month, and that includes the water rates. And it's a 1-bed flat with a decent kind of living. It's not like big, but it's more than I need for one person. It's what I need, at least. It's comfortable, let's say that. And then I've got a decent driveway out the front on which I can park 2 vehicles. I've only got 1, but I can park 2 vehicles. And then there's a bit of grass on the side, and a bit of grass around the back, and then a big garage, and also a shed. Oh, excuse me. And I say a big garage, it's a single garage, but in comparison to most single garages, it's got about 3 foot in every direction, including up, extra to a normal garage. So it's a good garage. And since I moved there, I was still slightly dubious before I moved in there. But since I've been there, it's perfect. It's everything I could need is right there, and at a really low price. So it's ideal for me, you know. And I've used the workshop a few times now to make a new multi-core for the church and to make an extension on the pulpit for the church. So I've used it, and for God, which is even better. So yeah, that's the living situation. I did actually move in with a lovely lady called Glenys for the first month of my being in Chepstow because I wanted to get to Chepstow. And yeah, I was very keen to get to Chepstow as soon as I could, but I wasn't in a position to pay, what with the deposit and everything, when I wanted to. So I had to wait a little bit longer to get my own place, but Glenys was willing to take me in for a month. So I moved in with Glenys for a month, which was a lovely month, by the way. Now I'm taking longer than I want to be taking to make this video. All my videos are ending up far too long. I do apologise. Now, if you'd like me to make them longer and include more in my videos, or perhaps maybe just try and script it a little bit more so that I don't jibber-jabber so much, then do let me know and I'll give it a try. But for the time being, this video is now up to nearly 6 minutes. I can't usually see the time as I'm going because my camera at home doesn't have the facility to show me that, but my phone does. And there we go, 6 minutes and 4 seconds. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this one for now. You found out one more piece of information with regard to my flat, but I have to emphasize, God showed me that place in the first place. God kept showing me it again and again and again, and kept knocking the price down, and it was as if he was slapping me around the face. Hey, come on, that one. I'm sure it's that one already. So in the end, I had to give up, and well, God always wins, doesn't he? You can't lose if you've got God on your side. Anyway, so yeah, it's been awesome. I could not have dreamed of a better situation than I'm in with that flat and all the other things that have happened, which I'll get into my other videos. Apparently I'm getting a little overexcited now, so I'm going to end this video before I do something extremely stupid. Have a lovely day, God bless you, and if you're not a Christian, seek it out, because it is the only answer, I promise you.